My PTSD caused my anxiety to worsen. How did I get PTSD in the beginning? So I got PTSD from numerous acts of violence and hazardous situations occurring in my life. But one thing I can say for sure is that I am grateful for still being alive, still existing, still being here in the present moment with you. So I'm definitely grateful. But my PTSD was stemmed from a lot of events in my youth where, you know, certain things happened. I was a very rebellious, very troublesome kid. And with this trouble, I had to face trouble as well. And facing trouble, obviously, I've mentioned to you guys that in a previous video, I've been through so many experiences, but one experience which obviously probably caused my PTSD could have been when I was a child and I was in the car and the car started to roll back because I pushed down the handbrake, and obviously as that happened, being shouted at, being told off, being put in trouble for doing that caused me to have PTSD. Also, numerous events, like so many things that happen. And PTSD can be in everyone. Everyone has some form of post traumatic stress disorder. Everyone has, had a moment where they've been shocked and their brain changes to the shock. So even if it's just someone shouting at you, your life being in threat, and you just momentarily catch yourself, like even that can cause PTSD. So how can PTSD make anxiety worse? I truly do believe that anxiety is something that is a mental, it's just a thought, an idea. So you think about this thing, and depending on how much you rank the priority of this thing affecting you, that's the effect that it will have on you. So in simpler terms, if you have like a big problem and you worry about this problem, or you put importance to this problem, like you almost pedestalize this problem, then this problem will essentially have some impact over your life, if that makes sense. It's like if you won £1 million and you were so happy to win this £1 million, you would never forget about the excitement that you got from winning that £1 million. Like you would never forget, oh yeah, like I yesterday I won £1 million. Let's say next week you'd be like, last week I won £1 million. Let's say next month you'd be like, last month I won £1 million. Like every year this thought will be in your mind, and it happens with the negative side as well. So if something negative has happened to you and it was like a big thing, so obviously the £1 million is like a big thing. Not many people like just win or get £1 million like that. So it's like gotta be like a big thing, but like a negative impact, sadly. So like if you was playing dodgeball and someone threw a ball at your leg and then you tripped over and like injured your arm or something like that, then you would still get and then let's say like you get home and I don't know, like you just start getting shouted at, even though it wasn't your fault. That would cause you more PTSD because it's like you've injured yourself, which is like, a traumatic stress that has caused in your mind, especially if you start to worry about it. And then it just becomes a disorder essentially. So my PTSD definitely did cause my anxiety to worsen because it wasn't just one event, it was several events replaying in my mind, and it was never easy to eliminate these events that kept playing in my mind, especially if you're being told to not, don't worry, just forgive this person, just, it's really difficult, and only people that have been through a PTSD event or experience would be able to relate to this. But I truly do believe everyone in some way, shape, or form experiences PTSD. And if you've experienced PTSD, you've most likely experienced anxiety. And if you've experienced anxiety, then you are a human like me and you can fix your anxiety. You just need to have faith and believe in, obviously, firstly God, and then after believing in God, you need to believe that this situation, this negative experience that you faced, you're not going to remain like this for the rest of your life. Like there is hope. There are there are exits to this problem, and you've got to take the action. Stupid fly. You've got to take you've got to take you've got to take the action if you want to get rid of the anxiety, or at least reduce the response to the anxiety that you're facing. It's never easy. Like having anxiety is not like a fun thing. Like having the symptoms and experiencing them, it's not a fun thing. Like no one wakes up trying to get anxiety just so they can get rid of it. So if you do have anxiety, my heart is out there for you, and I would heavily or highly encourage you to join my Discord. I will be making a video with one of my clients in the near future, and I'll document it so I can show you guys exactly like what I say in some of these sessions that I have with my clients, and you'll just be able to see firsthand, and maybe you could learn a lot from it and take a few tips that I put into the videos to help the client, and just see the questions I ask, and maybe you could even answer these questions and help your situation out as well. So guys, genuinely, I've been away for like 4 days, 3 days. Been going through a little bit of like mental stress, but mainly just prioritizing my financial side, and it's been going really good. And one thing, I know this kind of like off topic, but like one thing I would say to everyone to encourage people is whenever you get money, whenever you get any amount of money, and this might actually help with anxiety, because a lot of people like they spend their money so quick and then they get anxiety thinking about where the next money is going to come, or how am I going to be able to save for this or that or that or that. If you put 10% every money you make, so if you make like £1 right now, put 10% to yourself and put 10% to a charitable cause. So like if you're a Christian, give 10% to your church, or 10% to tithing. Essentially it's called tithing. And if you can keep that 10% to yourself and 10% to tithing, giving to a charity, giving to someone that needs it, I can assure you guys, I can genuinely assure you that you'll start to see good things. And you just got to try it out for yourself, but also have faith, like believe that something good will happen. But also don't do it with the intention that you are going to get something good. Do it with the intention that, like, I just want to help people. I just want to build myself up. And then obviously eventually you can increase that amount to like 20%. I would say like 20% is a good amount, but always go with your heart. Like if you want to give more, like give. It's always good to give because you'll always get it back. At the end of the day, God like owns everything. So it would be stupid for you to like to like think, oh yeah, I should spend all this money. Like imagine you lived your whole life spending your own money on yourself. What would people say about you at your funeral? They'll just say like they would have nothing to say because you've not spent money on the community. Your community value would be like low. But if you keep giving out to your community and like you keep helping people out, you'll have a lot of people to say good things about you at your funeral. Stupid fly. You are you. So guys, just think about that. If you want to have a lot of people saying good things about you at your funeral, then increase your community value. Give out more. Give to the homeless people around your area. Stop having like a hard heart or a hard mind. Genuinely, you don't have to listen to what I've said. I've been being blessed and this is my like testimony, whatever you call it. I've been seeing a lot of blessings recently, and you can too. All you need to do is just take this first step. Literally, just start putting 10% aside to yourself and 10% to God or a charity or some form of help to someone else. But make sure it's like 10%. If not, then you're just deceiving yourself. 10% or more at least, guys. Join my Discord. It's been your boy Paul Khadar. I love you guys all. Take care. We out. Peace.